George, and today the topic of my presentation is effects of the learning together model of cooperative learning on English as a foreign language reading achievement, academic self-esteem, and feelings of school alienation. And the author of this journal was Keith G, and I found this journal from Bilingual Research Journal. And today I've divided my presentation into 5 parts. And the first part is the introduction, then is the research questions, and the research methodology, and the followings are result and conclusion, and final part is my reflection. And now I'm going to introduce the first part, that is the introduction. And according to Kagan and Kessler in 1995 and 1992, cooperative language learning has been proclaimed as an effective instructional approach in promoting the cognitive and linguistic development of learners of English as a second language or English as a foreign language. And there are some advantages for using cooperative learning in teaching students. For example, it can encourage active participation in genuine conversation, and also it can provide collaborative problem-solving activities in classroom climate. And also, it provides learners with autonomy and control to organize and regulate their own learning. And as far as we know, there are several models in cooperative learning. For example, structured approach through investigation, and package curriculum, and SDAD. And today I'm going to introduce the Learning Together model. And the Learning Together model organizes its instruction according to the following part. And the first one is the positive interdependence. That means the students' success is linked to their team members. And the second one is the individual accountability. That means that every members in that team must be assessed. And the result of the assessment are gave to the team. Therefore, it is impossible for the team members to get a free ride of their peers' efforts. And however, the team members still support and help each other in that team. Therefore, they may have face-to-face interaction. And also, in that team, they will develop some interpersonal and small skills of and in the end of the class, they will perform a group process. That means they use group process to evaluate how well the group is functioning and to find some ways to improve their performance. So the purpose of this study is to examine the theoretical relevance and efficacy of cooperative learning as an instructional approach in a multilingual and traditional school context. There are 3 main research questions in this study. The first one is the learning together CL model more effective than whole class instruction in promoting the EFL reading achievement of multilingual Lebanese learners? And the second one is the learning together CL model more effective than whole class instruction in promoting the academic self-esteem of multilingual Lebanese EFL learners? And the third one is the learning together CL model more effective than whole class instruction in decreasing the feelings of school alienation of multilingual Lebanese EFL learners?
May I stop with you? But they are very good. a research question, I have to point out the three variables based on your research questions here. Guys, now he's comparing the two things. Learning together. Stop speaking video.
I'm going to introduce the research methodology. And the group in this study were experimental group and control group. And the participants in the experimental group were secondary school EFL learners from suburban high schools in Lebanon. And the control group were the same. And the age of the experimental group were from 15 to 16, and the control group were the same. And numbers of participants in experimental group were 28 students, and there were also 28 students in the control group. And the period of the experiment was 10 weeks, and also for the control group.
Very good.
And here comes the procedure. In the beginning of the test, in the beginning of the experiment, the researcher gave the participant a pre-test in order to test their reading achievement. And the researcher gave the participant 2 questionnaires. And first one is 5-item Likert soft skill adapted from the Johnson & Johnson in order to measure students' academic self-esteem. And the other one is 11-item Likert skills also adapted from Johnson & Johnson to measure students' feelings of alienation from school. And after that, he conducted a 10 weeks experiment. And after the experiment, he gave the participant a post-test. And here comes the result and conclusion. In this study, there is one hypothesis is that the researcher thinks using CL to teach students can raise their reading achievement and raise their reading achievement and academic self-esteem, and decrease their alienation from school. However, the results show that no significant differences between the control group and experimental groups in academic self-esteem and alienation from school. From here, we can see the p-value for the academic self-esteem was 0.48, and the p-value for alienation was 1.23. So these two numbers are all larger than the 0.15.
So the alpha label said at the end of the table here. Do you see that? Okay, the bottom part. So.
However, they found significant differences show between the two groups in academic achievement. From here, we can see the mean value for the experimental group was 48.33, and for the mean value for the control group was 44.33. And that is, we can say the experimental group's academic achievement is better than the control group. And also the p-value is significant. So the researchers thinks that learning together model is more effective than comparable regular textbook instruction in improving EFL reading achievement of Lebanese high school students. And the second one is reading achievement in L2 can be improved through small groups cooperative interaction among peers in a supportive and stress-reduced environment. And here comes my reflection. In this study, the researcher found significant differences in the students' academic achievement. However, the study did not favor CL as a superior to whole class instruction in enhancing students' academic self-esteem and in decreasing their feelings of alienation. I think that is quite strange. And I think there are two reasons. One reason for this is because the period of the experiment is not enough for the researchers to find the significant things in their self-esteem and school of alienation. So I think there is a need